Join in and follow along as they continue their quest of saving rusty relics, giving the past a future while serving God and building rods. Here at Turnin Rust, brought to you in part by Maxed Trailers.
So you guys might remember the old Mighty Metro project we had started on. It was a 1954 International Metro van we sold to a client out of Ireland. When we sold him the truck, it was a completely stock running and driving truck, but he wanted to go in the complete opposite directions of things. He loved the old patina on it, he loved the old school logos we had put on it, but he wanted something up underneath that was just a little bit more modern, a lot more motor, a lot more stopping power, and just a whole lot cooler. When we started this build, we started with the frame. We used about 6 foot of the center section of the frame, and the rest has been completely built here at Turnin Rust. We started with an 85 C10 front clip. We sectioned it in right about at the transmission mount. This allowed us to use a tubular control arm, which gave us the power steering, the disc brakes, everything we needed that he was looking for. We were also able to upgrade the engine and use the stock cross member on the C10 frame, as well as using the stock cross member on the transmission. On the rear of this frame, it's basically all hand built here at the shop. We went with a custom triangulated 4-link on this. It allowed everything to clear the way we needed it to. We mounted the bags on the bottom bars, which allowed the bus to raise up and down really high like we needed it to as well. We built all the bag brackets, all the notches. We just built them here in shop. We went with a 8.8 rear end out of an Explorer that gave us a factory positive track rear end, rear disc brakes. It worked out really well for us. So if you watched the last episode, you'll notice that we went with a different set of wheels as well. Now we have a set of US mag wheels with a 22 by 11 on the rear and a 20 by 8 on the front. Just gave it a really cool look. It's got a really old school look to it, a lot more meat on the back, and I think you'll really like it. So on the engine and transmission, that was basically the last piece of the puzzle here. We had a 350 engine we had pulled out of another C10 sitting around the shop. We completely went through it, overhauled everything, a lot of cool chrome shiny accessories we put on here, and we're almost at the point where we're about to crank it up for the first time. So if this build is completely fresh to you, be sure to check down in the description below where you can see part 1 and part 2 of this Metro build to get us exactly where we're at right now. So with this 350, everything's pretty much fresh and new on it. We went through all the internals on it. Motors are not really our forte, so we kind of got to learn a little bit on that and did the best we could with things. We went with an Edelbrock Performer intake. We went with a new 4-barrel Holley carburetor. Got some stainless headers. It's just a really pretty motor. It's kind of a shame that it'll be hidden under the engine compartment. But we're really close to firing this thing up, just lack a few little wires to the starter, to the distributor here. And I know we don't have a radiator on it, and we're not going to run it long enough for it to get hot. It's just been a really long time since we've heard this motor run, and just thought it'd be really cool to turn it over, make sure we've got everything in time, and just hear it make a little noise. Ready?
I'm ready.
I think if we just run some wires down there off the solenoid, get us a battery, run us a hot wire off the distributor here, and obviously some fuel. I got that little electric fuel pump we can hook up to it, and it shouldn't take much, hopefully, just to get it to crank up. And all the timing marks line back up on the distributor here, so we should be good on that, but see when we get there.
Get some parts and some tools.
Yeah, that'll probably work on the distributor. I'm just going to run a wire down here from the solenoid, just touch it across, for now. That should plug into the positive on the distributor, and I'm just run it straight down here. Looks like it's gonna work.
Yeah, looks like it. Plug right on.
If you want to, that fuel pump's around here somewhere. We can kind of start getting an idea of where to put it. Stuff's really not too bad to get at right now. Everything's exposed here. Once we get it up underneath that Metro, it's all boxed in up underneath the doghouse area. So a lot of this stuff's going to be a lot harder to get at. This is just a temporary wiring we're going to do on it, just to get it to turn over a little bit and just fire up for now. Found it?
Yeah, I found it. Got to put it together in a few spots, but
I got a wire ran here to the solenoid. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure we're turning over. Is it in part as far as you know, or?
As far as I know, it is.
I'm just going to bump it, see what it does. We got oil, we got all that good stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Should be good to go. Got a starter. So yeah, I'll just hook this in to the positive. Figure it might be easier just to, since we're just running the battery right here, come off the carburetor, maybe run that pump right down here close to the battery. Go that way. I'll just wire on with a extension
I don't
here.
know if you want that or not, but there's that in case you decide to secure it down sooner or later.
It's pretty exciting. I don't think I'm gonna wire in the choke or anything right now. I mean, I'm not getting that critical. Just
Mosquitoes are bad.
we have just a gas jug. We can probably just stick that end off in there.
around you here. Oops. It's not the best screwdriver in the world, but it's the best.
Is that why
we
you
got.
grabbed it?
Don't want to spoil you with good tools.
Yeah, that might definitely throw me off kilter. Should stay there. Got oil, we got starters wired up, starters kicking in, fuel pump should be good. All I have to do is ground it. Hot to the distributor. I guess I'll hook this fuel pump up, make sure we're squirting a little bit.
Right.
Everything away from
Yeah, I just
the headers.
Yeah, this was against it, so I just get it under there.
Spark plug wires. All right.
You're filling up. There we go.
Squirting?
Yep.
Try it out.
Let's try it out.
Give it a couple. Well, that went pretty easy. Didn't want to fire up on the first try, but that old intake's probably completely dry, no fuel. Sounds really good, sounds good and healthy. Definitely think we're at that point where we can move forward. We're going to go ahead and stab the frame up underneath the Metro. This was completely unnecessary at this time. We just kind of wanted to hear what it sounded like. It's been a long time since it's been cranked up. We'll move forward with the new radiator. I'll probably reach out to Icebox Performance on that, get them to hook us up with something to cool this thing down, but all in all, really happy with it. So the last time you guys saw this old Metro, we had cut away a lot of the floor in the interior of it. We did this to allow the step notches we built on the frame, which allowed the axle to come up high enough, allowing the body to scrape the pavement the way he wanted it to. Our approach to this was we decided to build a subfloor on the inside. Basically took some square tubing, we raised the floor about 6 inches. This eliminated the problem of a drive shaft tunnel. It also made it for a lot smaller hump in the back. So right now we've got all that frame pretty much built out. It's at the point where we'll basically start building our sheet metal on the floor, our wheel wells in it. But right now we're just going to get the frame up underneath it. There's a little bit of trimming we're going to have to do. We went with a bigger overall size tire on the back. So we'll trim that out. Hopefully it'll just go back in it, plug and play. So all I'm basically going to do here is trim up on this outer frame just a little bit. We originally built this truck, it had 20s on the back and 18s in the front. We upgraded to a 22 on the rear and a 20 on the front. So we also went with a bigger tire, overall diameter, it's going to have to raise a little bit here. So all I'm going to do is just trim that out so it don't get into the tire when we set the frame up underneath here. But basically just to explain what we've done here is we've built up this subfloor. We raised it 6 inches where we only have about a 5-inch step up right here versus where we would have had about an 11-inch step. So your floor will be here, you'll have a little hump here. I'm pretty sure he'll put a seat here. The fender wells will go right here and everything should work out pretty well. I got that trimmed out. I think we should be good to go.
Alrighty.
That's the only thing we run into. We'll be doing good though. I just knew that was going to be one issue for sure.
Yeah.
You get everything disconnected or
Yeah,
tucked
I rolled
away?
the wire up on it and everything that could be disconnected and moved, I did. So.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll give it a shot. I'm sure there's more things we'll run into, but it'd be cool to get it back up underneath there.
Yes, it will.
Think that's good or a little more?
I think a little more. There you go.
Forward?
I think forward just a little. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and drop it down just a little bit where we can see.
Looks like the back needs to go that way just a hair.
All right. Tell me when.
Right there.
Look good?
Yep.
Yeah, we're probably a little too far forward, but I'll get it closer. And looking okay?
Everything so far?
Yeah, let's come back because I'm almost against the fender there. All right. Oop, going down. Good?
Yeah, we're good so far. Let's go back just a little bit.
I'm gonna try to get up inside here, see how everything's lining up. Kind of sad that this pretty old painted frame is about to be hidden. Yeah, we need to come back some. Oh, right there. Everything look good on the motor part of it?
Yeah, we're fine.
Headers look fine.
Yeah.
Man, it looks so cool seeing them things tucked up in there. The crazy thing is we're still about 5 inches from connecting the frame. So you look good?
Yeah, I look good right now.
Everything as far as I can tell looks pretty good up here. That's all of the lift. So we're down as far as we can go with the lift. We'll probably have to air the frame up to get it to meet the body. But we want to be sure everything's lined up
Right.
before we get the weight of the body setting on the frame. So let's try to get those points as close as possible. Maybe drop some bolts through those holes on the ones we can. Yeah. I think it needs to come backwards a little bit.
Ready?
You right there. It's pretty close. Guess we'll try to get some air and shoot it to these lines and air it up just a little bit.
All right, ready?
And it looks really cool. Even being 5 or 6 inches off the ground, it just has a really cool look to it. I love the offset on these wheels a lot better than them other ones we had.
It looks like it tucks a lot better in the front.
Yeah, it does. I'll probably shoot a little air to the back first. We're not far off from the, I don't know how far we are off up here, but
it's 3 or 4 inches. 2, 3 inches maybe.
I'll shoot a little air in it. I may tell you forward, backward, sideways.
Okay.
Can you push the driver's side rear towards the passenger side?
Okay.
Not much. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna check these back ones. Those ones line up pretty good. That front may have to air up some before those will go in, I don't know.
Nope. They're enough they can drop through. And
All right.
I can't get a nut on them, but they are through.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that looks like it's an issue right now. Other than we gotta get it finished. A lot more work still ahead of us. Come a long ways though.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much on them on the back. Everything look okay on the front so far?
As far as I can tell, so far it is. Just set. No, we've got an issue here with the body on one of these arms.
What do we need to do?
We're gonna have to trim it right here.
Get it?
Yep.
We'll just move it as we go. Ready?
Yep.
Look okay?
Yeah.
Everything look good up there?
Yeah, looks good.
All right. Well, we pretty much got everything lined up as close as we can. There might just be a little bit of tweaking in them body bolts. We're just airing it up off of a shop hose right now, so it's not airing up very fast. Once we get our compressors, our tanks, and everything like that, our valves put on it, it'll air up a whole lot quicker. We're basically just shooting a little air to it so we can get it up and down. Right now, it's aired up high enough. We can pull the lift out from underneath it, get these wheel dollies out from underneath it, lay it out, and see what we got. I guess we'll just start pulling this off these jack arms, lift arms. Everything clear on your side as far as you can tell?
Yeah.
Want to try to go down with her?
I think so. Looks like everything will clear.
Give her a shot. Going down with the front.
Okay.
Well, how's she look?
Well, she's just about to touch concrete.
Oh man, that looks good.
Yeah.
I love them wheels on it. They just got a really cool old school look. Matches the van really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got that big old lip on the back.
Yep. It tucks in snug.
Yeah, everything on the inside looks to be clearing really well. None of the, the tires are not rubbing on anything. So we kind of have an idea now where we can start sheet metaling in the floor. We kind of know what's going to clear, not clear. Got a wheel well height we can go off of. So that should go by pretty quick. Maybe get some cardboard, make some templates out of it. But
Make it a lot more solid.
yeah, I mean, I feel really happy with seeing her back together again. Made some pretty good progress. So.
Yep.
But man, that's nice seeing it like this. I think I'm about ready to call it a day though.
Me too.
We'll have at it again tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Well, it's been a really long day, but I'm really happy where we've ended up at. We were able to get this engine crank up and running for the first time. It's been a long time since we started messing with it. We were able to mate the frame back with the body, see the new wheels up underneath it, and I couldn't be happier with the stance, the look, altogether extremely happy. We've gotten about as far as we can on it today. We're going to come back tomorrow. We'll start making templates for the floor. There's still some stuff on the frame we'll have to go back and do, including air compressors, air tanks, air valves, shocks, small stuff like that. We just kind of needed to have an idea of what was going to clear and what wouldn't. So next we'll come in, sheet metal in the floor, get the steering hooked up, shocks hooked up, air ride hooked up, send this baby to Ireland.